Alright, so first we're going to discuss the tripod, starting with the legs. You'll notice each of these three legs have two little latches. The bottom latch, of course, extends the legs out, and same thing with the top one. You'll notice, like with this particular tripod, I denoted one of the legs with an orange tape because for some reason the top latch requires, as you can see, a bit more force to fully extend, but with little, elbow grease, it's not too difficult. So, same thing with putting the legs back. So, just be mindful of that if you're using this particular tripod. All right. Now we're gonna discuss, when you're spreading the legs out, if you will. You'll notice this little dial at the bottom with a lock and unlock symbol. When you lock it, it sort of like stabilizes the legs at the base so that it doesn't slide. So yeah, notice I can't pull this up, but when you unlock it, it's a lot more smooth. So yeah. For the remainder of this tutorial, I'm gonna leave this locked. Okay. So down here, you'll notice a little screw. This regulates how far you extend this little piece up here in case you want to extend the height when you're filming. I usually leave this a little bit loose so that it's easier to turn this crank. So I'll show you right here. It's loose. When you turn it forward, of course it extends the tripod up, reverse, goes back down. Right. Let's lock. Now for these little knobs on the side. The bottom knob controls how easy it is to steer the tripod left and right. So it's tight right now. If I loosen this, you'll see that it's easy to steer left and right. And if you tighten this, a lot more stiff. Same thing, the top one, loose. Control this up and down, a lot easier. Turn this clockwise, stiff. Now, important note about mainly this top knob. Be sure when you're filming to, like, once you're done, like, extending or controlling how, when you're filming, make sure you keep this knob relatively tight. If you don't, when you place a camcorder on top and you're filming, it will eventually slide up. I learned this the hard way when filming an interview of a stage play. I filmed like 3 minutes in, and when I looked back, I noticed the camera had lifted up. So we basically had to start over. Shout out to Paul for redoing this interview. So yeah. All right. So for this last segment of the tripod tutorial, we're going to be taking an in-close look at the camcorder plate mount. You'll see here this little lever to hold it into place, and when you pull this little latch forward, you can release this little mount. You notice at the bottom these little screws here, so when you tighten or mount the camera, you can tighten this for less wobbly motion. Make sure everything is stable when you're filming. There's two designated places that correspond to the holes in the camcorder at the bottom of the camcorder. So make sure you line these up. Twist the plate And when you're ready to, let's see, make this easier. When you're ready to place the camcorder on, just line up these little grooves. Okay. There we go. And before I mount this fully, there is, let's see if I can show you. Right near the latch, there's a little black button. I hope the camera picks it up. Okay. So when you set the camera in, all you have to do is press down on the button, and if you can hear and see it, the latch fully locks in. That's how you know the camera is fully set into place and ready to film.